Hey, Miss. Alright, well, my, how am I balanced? Okay, should be good. There, we're going full.
Welcome to Blog Talk Radio. Please enter your host PIN. When finished, press the pound key.
To start your show now, press 1.
Your show is scheduled to start in 31 seconds.
Yeah, like now. Cool. Uh,
Your show will go live in 5 seconds. 4, 3, 2, 1. Blog Talk Radio.
Tactical nuke incoming!
That's right, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another, no, not another episode, because it's not something new. It's just me, myself, and I. I am F. and Ronnie, host of the Nerdport Network. Running something a little different today. Maybe call it a solo show. Call it the last effing word. That's what it used to be called. I used to run this shit back in the day, calling it the Sports Guru. I don't really have a name. Maybe I bring back the old sayings, and this is just me getting my opinions out there for me, myself, and I, as I dive deep into the good, the bad, and the what the fuck was that in the wild world of sports and sports betting. Pretty much what the betting window is, but it's things that I kind of enjoy talking. I kind of want to bring up something that's not really, not something that you would normally see on the Wednesday show. On this episode, we'll talk about Missouri State, and the landscape of college football coming up. The CFL and Bo Levi Mitchell, as well as the Argonauts of suspending Chad Kelly. We'll go more into that when we get into it. And then I will close out with maybe some bets that I like for tomorrow, because right now it is 10 o'clock on the East Coast. Everything is going on. We're not gonna really be able to get anything right now, and of course the Mets are losing. Go figure. But, alright. So where to begin? Well, let's start with I guess I'll say the first topic of discussion, and that is Missouri State coming out of the FCS to join the, to join the Conference USA, in college football. Coming out of a pretty much the 1AAs, putting themselves in to Conference USA as of next year, which now stacks that team higher up. Okay. Now, Missouri State joining. I know nothing about Missouri State. Oh, okay. And this year they're adding Crenshaw State and Delaware State. So another 2 FCS teams. Oh no, that's 25. So we're getting 3 teams going from 1AA to Conference USA. When do we just get no FCS? When do we get no subdivisions? Now, I'm not saying you're going to see places like Princeton join the Big Ten, but when are we going to start seeing, like, the Big Sky and have them put themselves in to where they can start making money to make their conferences and their bigger, their programs bigger? Because, God forbid, you need to see, like, how to describe it. Why are we getting certain teams transferring over when it's going to take them years and years to build, when everyone should just be in one playing field? Now, I'm not saying you're going to get a Missouri State beating an LSU, because they might not be as good, but I think if you can get more TV time, say, on a team like Jacksonville State, I mean, shit, Harvard, Yale gets the back page news on ESPN Plus, when you're going to see more and more of these schools jumping in. And I mean, shit, you're going to get this soon going with the Southwest or the Northwest, because you're going to need to rebuild the Pac-12. Right now, the Pac-2. You're going to get the Mountain West going to the Pac-12, most likely, and then you have nothing in the Mountain West. So then you're going to start seeing San Diego State, or not San Diego State, sorry, North Dakota State, the Jackrabbits, South Dakota State, Montana. The big names of the FCS going to make their way over to the sub-5 division. And you're going to possibly see 16 teams from there going over. Then what? Because you're not going to get any D2 schools jumping up. It should just be 1A, D2, D3. And just give them their bowl games. Add more bowl games. I mean, hell, they have no issue doing that anyway. I don't know. I think you're going to start seeing... And like I said, we're going to talk about this on Wednesday also. But when is enough enough? I mean, this is coming from the Score. This is coming from the AP. Missouri State will become the 12th full-time member of Conference USA, the third school to jump to the champions from the champion subdivision to the bowl subdivision, joining the league over the next 2 seasons. Conference USA will be adding Kennesaw State this season, and Delaware State, or no, not Delaware State, Delaware. So the Hens next year. Both schools will be moving up to D1 from the FCS to the FBS. Missouri State was a longtime member of the Missouri Valley Conference, part of 1AA since 1918. Been to the NCAA playoff 4 times. Most recently 2020-21 under their coach Bobby Petrino. You're getting all these shuffles. So right now, hold on. I'll pull up what is Conference USA. Who's in Conference USA standings? Here we go. Between everybody. We know Liberty. Here we go. All right. Let me pull it up. Computer going slow. There we go. All right. Conference USA. Right now going into this year. Oh, jeez. Damn ads. There we go. So, last year, you had Liberty, New Mexico State, Jacksonville State, Western Kentucky, Middle Tennessee, Louisiana Tech, Sam Houston, UTEP, and FIU. Now, according to this, lost 6 members to the AAC, rebuild. Okay, yeah, like UTSA went last year, among other teams, but like Liberty and New Mexico State were probably some of the best games that I saw, and there's going to be more of that throughout the year where you're going to start seeing teams like Nevada and SMU when we start getting closer and closer to the season. We should be starting to see some open bets coming through there. I mean, Wednesday we're going to have Thursday's episode, we're going to have the opening lines for the NFL. So, look forward to that. Oh, we have a lot? Really? I mean, thank you, Vegas. We have lines. I gotta study these, and I will come back to you tomorrow with these to give you some best bets. Cause right now there's only 2 games out for 0. SMU is a 19.5-point favorite over Nevada, and Florida State is a 13-point favorite in Georgia. That game is in Dublin. And that would be the first game with DJ Uiagalelei as your quarterback. I can already tell you right now that is the one you line up and strike. Oh, we got lines. Holy crap, we got openers. Wow, all right. Yeah, we got massive openers for week 0, week 1. Oh, and game of the years. Oh, we got game of the years. It's Caesars. Miami versus Florida. Miami -3, okay. Notre Dame is a 1-point dog against Texas A&M. Oh, so LSU right now, according to Caesars, is a 6.5-point favorite against USA. I will tell you right now, and I will tell you, my favorite bet on this podcast is USC plus 6.5. It's gonna have, because after what I saw during the Holiday Bowl, USC is gonna come to play. Now, what that means to the end, who knows, but we're going to start seeing some stuff here. I have to keep looking into this because it's kind of a bigger... It's the fact that we have lines means we're just getting closer and closer to college football. Which means we start doing... or college football previews, which this podcast goes deeply in depth about college football and the NFL. Like I said, Wednesday brings in college football, brings in the first game. But back to what I was saying before, Missouri State joining the Conference USA. Are we going to see everything break down? And then we're going to have one big conference. Not conference, but one big bowl series. Like, we're not going to get a conference anymore. We're going to have a full-blown FCS. Or FBS, sorry. Because I would like to see TV time for Yale and the Ivy League or the Big Sky and stuff that you don't normally see. Get these colleges out there, especially these top-end schools. Let's see more and more. But, I mean, it is what it is right now. Moving on. We are going to go into the CFL. Now, if you've listened to the show a decent amount of times, when you hear the CFL, the first thing that comes to your mind is...
Hi, welcome to Chili's.
I don't know about that. Well...
And I've got to say, in all honesty, it's the biggest piece of dog shit that I have ever heard.
Yeah, that's... Thank you, Rock. Stick that to the UFL, because that right now is probably the biggest piece of dog shit I have ever seen. But we are fans on this podcast of the CFL. Canadian Football League. If you don't know what it is, go watch it. It's on CBS Sports. It's actually very entertaining, and there are guys that are jumping in from the NFL because they can go to the CFL at 18 and play pro and get drafted. The problem is right now is going into training camp, which they start in about a month. The CFL will be kicking off. But for the Ticats, who are one of the better teams the last couple years, it's just going to turn into...
It's free real estate.
Yeah, free real estate for Bo Levi Mitchell, the quarterback of the Ticats, who was shown at rookie minicamp in a walking boot. They're saying it's due to swelling in his foot, but if anyone knows the quarterback position, you have swelling going on in your foot. You ain't practicing, which means you ain't playing, which means you are missing plenty of time. Now, will he? I think that's a great question. Is he a reason why they're not going to probably win? Yeah, probably not. I mean, he's still looking like he's practicing. But again, if your foot is... So, as of today, 3 hours ago, Bo Levi Mitchell did practice with the Ticats, but was sporting athletic tape on his right calf. Mitchell told TSN Sports recovery was seen spotting walking boot on his right leg last week. Briefed in teams and coaches and looking to prove that he's looking to prove and more. Okay. If it is a calf injury, I was gonna just do a solo show. It's just I was not planning on just doing a spontaneous. No, but like what I was saying before is Bo Levi Mitchell coming in saying that he's healthy, great. But hamstring injuries turn into torn ACLs. Like 90% of the time, if someone's got to pull like a bad hamstring, like look at Aaron Rodgers. Look at Kevin Durant. Look at everybody in history. When it comes to a calf injury, what's the first thing that everyone thinks of? The Achilles. And then, well, if he tears his Achilles, there goes any chance of the Ticats winning. And right now, they are 12-1 to hold the Grey Cup, which is their Super Bowl. The Grey Cup is their Vince Lombardi trophy. But it's just going to be something to keep watching, being very interested in, and seeing how they do. Now, like I said, you're not going to see... So, they open up, the season opens up. I will actually find out what preseason... Season 1 opens up June 6th. So, literally less than 3 weeks away. Less than 3 weeks away. We kick off with the Alouettes and the Blue Bombers on Thursday Night Football. Be interesting to see. Where no bets are going to be coming out yet until we get to the preseason, which kicks off actually preseason. First week of preseason begins May 20th. It's going to be interesting to see what they do. Blue Bombers, Rough Riders. Blue Bombers are usually the top favorites for the CFL. What's it? BC. The BC Lions are the favorites. And the Blue Bombers. Oh, no. Sorry. The Bombers are 2-1. Which means they're the favorites. But then the Toronto Argonauts are the second favorite at 20 plus 225. And that leads me into my next argument or point. Chad Kelly, Argonauts quarterback, player, winner of the Grey Cup, MVP, has been suspended for at least 9 games for breaking the gender-based violence policy. Excuse me. AKA sexual harassment policy. Now, what that means going forward, they don't know. There's an investigation going on right now. And the CFL has suspended him 9 games. Not the Argonauts, but the CFL. Now, is that going a little too far when there's no indication on what he did? No, because they went and did an investigation. But what does this mean going forward? Like I said, I don't think the CFL should have suspended him until everything is out in the open. Now, I say that, but the Argonauts should be the one that suspends him. Because they're still going to have to pay him for the 9 games. Now, again, what does this mean going forward? Chad Kelly's career is going to be on a very short leash. Now, who knows if he plays again? I think he will. I think he's gonna be very tight knit. Like, it's gonna be very close. And I don't know. I just don't think we're gonna see. I don't think we're gonna see shit going down with this. And until we see more, it's just something that I'm gonna bring to everybody's attention that we're going to see moving forward. It's something to keep an eye on. It's something to check out. Like, the CFL is something fun. But with that being said, we're going to move forward. Like I said, I wanted to try to do this for show, 30 minutes, record it, and see how everything goes. But, like I said, I'd like to give I would like to give a bet for tomorrow, for the games tomorrow. And we're going to go to the NBA. The Knicks are 2.5-point favorites in the Garden going in. So, DiVincenzo is 22 points right now. His over is 22.5. I actually like that more than I like Brunson at 32. I think Brunson's over will hit. I think DiVincenzo's over will hit at minus 125. But I also think Josh Hart might get 16 points. He's over under his 15.5 at plus 100. And I think he's good for 16 points. I don't really trust Hartenstein's to get 10, Burke to get 10, Deuce McBride to get 10, Precious Achiuwa to get 7. I think if you're going to see that, I think you might want to go rebounds for Hartenstein, which is over 9.5 at minus 139. I like that. But, all right, so my best bets, we'll play it, we'll double it up. How about this? DiVincenzo over 22.5 and Hartenstein over 9.5 rebounds get you 2-1 odds. Just for those two to hit. And you sprinkle in maybe a little bit of the money line going in. Builds a parlay real quick. What is it? 2.5 now. Minus 140 is the thing. 3-1 for the Knicks to win. DiVincenzo and Hartenstein over point and rebounds. DiVincenzo over points. Hartenstein over rebounds. Money line the Knicks. 3-1 is the over-under. I like that. That will be your parlay for the week, or for the day, going into tomorrow. But until then, ladies and gentlemen, please, thank you for listening. I'll be back tomorrow, maybe a little earlier. But with that being said, thank you everyone for listening. Follow myself on Twitter at FNRonnie. But until then, there's always a teachable moment. And if you don't believe me, that's just a fact of life. Yeah.